Faze is making a comeback, Tfue came out of the woodworks, and Sketch's confession stream was the funniest thing I've seen. Much better than this for sure. So that begs the question, is Faze back, baby? And yeah, I know technically all those people aren't in Faze, you know, Tfue dropping a while back and Sketch being an independent creator, but they're all in the same circle, they all hang out, and they are all that tight-knit group of friends that made Faze what it was back in the New York days. Just homies being homies and crossing content formats together. And I can confidently say that from what we've seen the past couple of days, especially with this Sketch drama. And right off the bat, I do want to say, if you've been hating on Sketch, I don't want anything to do with you. Please leave this video. Although if you've been making some jokes in bad taste, I do get it, but please watch this video to educate yourself, because I'm going to be talking about the reality of the internet and what having a close group of friends can help you through, like with Faze and Sketch. Let's bring it back to the death and reboot of Faze Clan. If you're in the Fortnite community or just the gaming community as a whole, you surely know about Faze Clan and their struggles the past couple of years. I grew up with this team and I've always been a part of their community, so I followed the fallout pretty closely. If you didn't dive deep into their drama like I did, they made a lot of bad business moves by making a gaming team into, well, a business. They hired the black suit and tie corporate men to come and control their business operations, and in turn, ruined the team. These people in suits got equity in the company, and all the OG Faze gamers got diluted out of the system by the CEOs, CFOs, etc. I mean, think about it. There was a point in time where like Snoop Dogg was in Faze. Why? It didn't make sense. But it's finally turning around. After the Faze stock went public and plummeted to a practical penny stock, these corporate suit and tie people wanted to get out before their equity was worthless, and they gave control back to the OG Faze founders like Banks, Apex, Tommy, etc. Or at least something along those lines. And if you don't know those names, those are the unks in the room, whereas Lacey and Ronaldo are the nephews, the new guys. And I guess there was that middle child era where Tfue was in Faze and had his whole falling out, but what's funny is with the demolition of the suits, Tfue and Banks are back to hanging out. Tfue obviously hated his contract when he was in Faze, and I'm assuming that was put together by the corporate heads. And even though Banks at the time was still a founder and was defending his brand and logo, it seemed like Tfue would never be on talking terms with him again. But nowadays it seems like that has changed. We don't know too much about Tfue's return yet, but it's good to see him back. Although that definitely isn't the reason that Faze is popping again. The real reason is the nephews are in town, and they're fucking insane. Lacey, Ron, Max, Jason, all those guys interacting with the unks of Faze like Adapt and Banks is so funny. Which, by the way, they have been carrying streaming for a minute now. And carrying might be a strong word because of course there is Jinxy, Kai, Queso, etc. But Ron, Lacey, Max, and Jason have created a new culture. They might not have had the highest peaks as some of the names I just mentioned, but they have molded this clip farming culture around them. They've taken a term meant to put them down and capitalized off it. Remember back a few months ago when Jinxy had his huge explosion? He was doing a series of streams where he'd 1v1 or 1v2 streamers in Rainbow Six Siege. And then that fateful day came where he 1v2'd Clix and Ronaldo, who were first time players, and the beef started. Clix and Ronaldo won the wager, and Clix tweeted out a photo of him signing Brecky Hill's chest, which is of course now Jinxy's girlfriend. And then Jinxy got outraged at Clix and blamed Ronaldo for being a no good clip farmer because he was in the back just making jokes the whole time. Which a lot of people got upset about this. Jinxy practically lowered Ronaldo's entire personality to being a clip farmer, which is something every single streamer does to retain their career. This irony then sparked Ronaldo's new claim to the spotlight. He fully accepted this term because one, it's smart and that's how you stay relevant, but two, it also made Jinxy seem super hypocritical, which was the dawn of the
bro cough like an iPad kid. Alright.
And no disrespect to Jinxy at all for this. I actually liked watching his Siege streams back in the day. But the fact of the matter is, streamers need to get clips, and that's how you drive people to your stream. But because he lowered Ronaldo down to just a clip farmer like it was a bad thing, and then started farming himself, everyone started mocking him for this. Of course it started with Faze, Ronaldo, and Lacey, but it soon spread to most big streamers, including even the top dog, Kai Cenat.
Bro coughs like an iPad kid. Alright.
And the clip farming did not stop there. This new culture started by Ron and Lacey started snowballing. Their strategy was to make the other people around them as uncomfortable as possible. And in a new era of Faze where 80% of their members got kicked and the new gen had to somehow mash with the old gen, making the awkward into funny was the perfect way to go about it. They began with the
just give me my money.
and then it escalated into the
Somebody smells my shit!
which, who even knows where that came from? But my personal favorite is the
Hey, don't run. He's here to meet a 15.
Wait, what the fuck?
These clippable moments spread like wildfire across TikTok and YouTube, and just like that, Faze had fans again. But it wasn't just because they had clippable moments, but because you could tell they were genuinely a house of friends again, driven by the same thing. It wasn't just awkward clips for a quick laugh, it was a genuine brotherhood. Faze Adapt, my favorite member, asked his friends to help him quit his nicotine addiction. And Faze Banks, one of the OGs, originally helped him by quitting first and then connecting him with his therapist. And then during this huge resurgence recently, all the new members did a 7-day live stream with him where they helped him through his withdrawals on stream and with some terrible comedy. That is where most of the IRL clips we've seen have come from. But they were helping him through a genuine struggle, so it wasn't just the laughs, there was a genuine brotherhood. And even further than that is the Sketch situation. Sketch came by the house to do a couple of streams and make content together, and around that time is when the leaks came out. Of course, completely unrelated, but I'm so thankful he was there because of what the Faze guys did for him. Sketch stormed out not because he was mad at them or anything, but because he was too embarrassed and afraid to face them, or face the world. This was something that could ruin his career and, more importantly, his life. Sketch told the world that if these leaks ever came out, he would do something very bad, and he wouldn't be here talking today if he took that route. But he credits Faze Banks, the guys at Faze, his friends, and his parents for making sure that that didn't happen. After Sketch stormed out, Banks texted him inviting him back and saying the boys were all there for him, and Sketch said he just needed someone to talk to. Of course, he got there and we don't know the exact conversation that happened, but we do know that Sketch went from the verge of calling it quits to streaming the next day with jokes and a new outlook on life. He opens his stream by saying, "Let's address the elephant in the room. I got a haircut."
Elephant in the room, I got a haircut.
That shit is so underappreciated. That is the humor that is still top notch, and that he dealt with this in such a mature and funny way. But that's not to take away from the seriousness of the situation, which is that he almost called it quits on life. So that's why, to anyone out there who is making jokes about it, I ask you to be considerate of this man. Know the line. And honestly, I myself like to make jokes about bad situations. Since this is a Faze video, there's the classic jokes of Lacey and his friend Clicks getting cheated on, which seems like it'd be a sensitive topic, but they make it public on the internet as a joke, whether it got forced that way or not. But they own the joke. Sketch hasn't done that yet. I know he's a champ and will continue to make light of the situation, but until he owns it and moves past it, I ask you to chill out, please. Because I know the jokes will come and they'll be funny at some point, but right now, you just gotta give it some time. And for those of you that are just a straight homophobe whose entire viewpoint on him changes because of this, please get off my channel. And the only reason I'm talking about this in the first place is to hopefully change the negative perception that is going on right now. I've seen a lot of posts and comments that were just straight distasteful, and I thought there wasn't much I could do until I realized, wait, I have almost 20,000 subscribers. And don't get me wrong, some topics, if they don't get enough traction, they'll die, so it's better to not talk about them, but this wasn't that case. So I thought I'd at least do my best to extend a hand into the ocean to hopefully pull Sketch a little closer to the surface, or at least someone like him that's worried a vicious leak could bring their whole world crumbling down. And to those people, I want to say it truly isn't the end of the world. Whether you have people around you like the Faze guys, maybe it's your parents, whoever it is, there is someone that is here for you. And shit, if not, then I'm here for you. Treat this channel, this community, join the Discord. We are all here for you. I genuinely talk with my Discord multiple times a week and just chat it up with them. So if you have no one, truly join this community. And I'm no inspirational speaker, but I do like to dive into the theory of the internet and spread positivity where I can. And if you mess with that, it would mean the world to me if you could invest in the channel so I can keep doing what I'm doing for a long time to come. And this video got a little deep, but if you like the style of it and want a more lighter heart version, this is me breaking down the nostalgia of gaming. It's me going through the timeline from COD BO2, Ninja's Fortnite reign, in the current day, and studying the question of when did becoming a sweat become a frowned upon thing. Thank you so much for watching. My name is reidtheninja. I don't know if it's a bad taste to say this, but use code reidtheninja in the item shop, and on that note, I am signing off.